So hey Avery, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. So Avery's from averyford.com, and before we start, I just have to read what Avery has on his website. He says, I teach soulful entrepreneurs like you how to banish overwhelm, find your soulmate clients, and summon the confidence to create your greatest work. Now, isn't that so amazing? So tell me more about what you do.
Thank you. Well, I help coaches mostly identify, attract, and book their soulmate clients. What happens is I see a lot of people who are struggling to find clients, and then when they do, it ends up being the wrong kind of clients. People who aren't ready to do the work, people who aren't ready to invest in you or themselves. So I teach people how to find those clients who show up. They're savvy, they're smart, they're ready to do the work. They excite you when you work with them, because those are the kind of clients you want. And if you don't have any systems in place to attract and book those clients, you're going to get a lot of clients who aren't ready to do the work. And in the end, it's going to actually cause you to lose your passion, lose your interest in your business, because you're going to get so drained. And we don't want that.
So I think every coach has experienced that several times in their career as a coach. How do you, what can you suggest for people that are struggling with this? What are one or two tips that you can give to people that might support them in finding those soulmate clients?
Sure. There's a couple of things. Number one, I want people to understand that consistency is huge. That when you're online, when you're posting, periscoping, blogging, whatever it is, that you have to be really consistent all the time. And one of the best ways to do this is to batch your content and schedule it out ahead of time. And we love Periscope. That's one of our favorite platforms. And Periscope forces you to be consistent, because if you don't broadcast in 24 hours, you get that little goose egg that says 0 broadcasts, and you don't want that. So really being consistent and forcing yourself to have a schedule is really helpful. The second thing I want people to do is stop waiting for your clients to find you. So many people think, I'm going to start a website, it's going to have a blog, I'm going to produce all this amazing content, I'm going to post it all over social media, and magically the clients are just going to show up. And it never happens, right? You have to go where they are, whether that's Facebook groups, whether that's going on Instagram, looking for hashtags related to your field, following people, liking things, commenting, on Periscope, going out into other broadcasts, and finding people who are similar to your niche and commenting and participating and becoming a moderator on other scopes. You can't just put your content out there and then sit back and wait for people to show up, because they won't. You've got to go out there, find them, and when you do, be so visible and show up in such a positive way that they can't help but go back to your website and see who you are. So go ahead.
And I was going to say, Avery, you are the epitome of what you are teaching. You are very visible on Periscope, extremely visible on Facebook, and that's how I connected with you. And you are continuously giving of yourself. You're giving value all the time.
Absolutely.
You're not asking for anything in return. It's a whole new way of building relationships. And your soul, what I can assume, your soulmate clients are going to connect and resonate with you and want to say, hey, Avery, I've seen you all over the place. You've given me such valuable information. I want to work with you. Where do I do that? So
absolutely,
you don't go to them. You're not sitting behind just waiting for them, on your website. You're going out, you're finding, getting these relationships, creating connections, and they're coming to you in abundance.
Absolutely. And it really does work. I always think of social media as like a bank account. Like, you have to make a deposit before you can ever make a withdrawal. And so you do that by offering value. We always talk about on our Periscopes that people are great BS detectors. Like, if your intention when you're posting, when you're connecting is like, come back to my website, come look at my stuff, we'll smell it a mile away and we'll avoid you like the plague. if your intention is, what can I offer people today that's going to be valuable? What do I have? What do I know? What have I learned that can help someone? And how can I share it in such a way that might illuminate them? You'll see a response, you'll see engagement, and people are going to come back. I get messages all the time. Hey, I love your posts. Are there ways to work with you? What are you offering? And you can, just like the bank account, if you're making deposits all the time by adding value, you can then go back into these communities and say, hey, I'm having a free live class. Hey, I'm offering some free calls, and get people back into your business. And what I found is especially in Facebook groups, the moderators of these communities have seen that I'm consistently offering value. When I'm not posting, I'm in the comments of other people's posts, interacting, encouraging. And so when I do put an offer out there for free calls or to tell someone about something I'm doing, even in groups where it might, be close to infringing upon the rules, the moderators are like, no, go for it. You're one of our most valuable members of the community. I want you to get business. So you can't overstate it.
You touched on your offerings. Can you share with us what you provide for people?
Sure. My primary offering right now, we're getting ready to launch round 4 of my Idea to Income program. And that program is all for coaches and entrepreneurs. Many of them already have their website and their business, but they're just not finding the clients they want. Some of them are just starting and want to be able to find clients really quickly. And we walk you through the process of first dealing with the mindset of success. It's a huge part of it. Then dealing with your messaging. How do you position yourself in such a way to attract your ideal clients? Where do you go to find them? And then money, which is selling, marketing, things like that. So it's a 12-week program, and we have a DIY version of that program where you can go through the modules by yourself. And then I also offer a VIP version where you get a weekly one-on-one call with me. You get morning voice notes. So every morning I send you a little voice note on Facebook or to your email in the morning, just encouraging you, reminding you of what you have to do today, and email access to me as well as you go through these modules. Because what I found most people, most coaches, most online people have trouble with is, like, so many of us have a hard drive full of free guides, webinar replays, courses that we've bought, and yet we're not where we want to be. And it's not from lack of information. It's from not having the right mindset and not pairing that mindset with a winning strategy. And the other piece that Idea to Income, I think, really shines in is like giving you someone who's been there and made it through to take you by the hand and say, it's okay. Here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to walk you through it. It's not just getting you in a course and then dumping you and saying, nope, you're on your own. We really care about our community and connect and make sure that people make it through, that they have the resources they need.
I mean, that's such an amazing incentive to actually get a message from you every morning. So on the days that you're feeling despondent, because that's where people come to you. They are struggling, they're feeling despondent, they are stuck. And just to have that person to mentor them out of that place, because they've got the answers within themselves. It's just having you as a mentor, as a coach, to bring it out for them. Absolutely.
And sometimes it's just I'm pretty good at understanding when someone needs to be loved and when they need a little bit of tough love. And so I feel really confident in walking that line of just being like, okay, it's time to get out of bed. You had 3 assignments last week and you haven't done them. I'm going to need you to do that now. Sometimes that's what you need.
Exactly. And that's where you produce the results. You have to be in action of something to create that strategy that you want to achieve and get the result that you want.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave all of your details, Avery, averyford.com, as well as your Periscope details, your Facebook details, where you are very active as well, so people can get hold of you. And I appreciate your time and your wisdom, and I love your vibe. I've seen you everywhere, and
thank you.
I can't wait to just work more with you. So thank you so much for your time, Avery.
Thank you. It was an absolute privilege.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.